Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel, and today we are gonna overlook this 5-game NBA slate tonight for January 23rd. Today I will be going game by game, looking at each fantasy aspect, and giving my thoughts and opinions on what I think will happen and who I'd like for DraftKings tonight. So without further ado, let's get to our first matchup of the night in Denver and in Indiana. With these two tonight, should be a nice paced matchup for Denver, with Indiana playing at one of the fastest paces in the league. Um, for injuries, Indiana, Halliburton has just been ruled out. He's expected to miss the next 3 games, so he still has this questionable tag, but is ultimately out tonight. With that, we also have Andrew Nembhard, who is questionable for Indiana, as well as Isaiah Jackson is questionable for them. And for the Nuggets, Porter Jr., Gordon, and Strother. Strother is out tonight, looks like. But Gordon and Porter Jr. are both probable to play tonight, so they should be good to go. In terms of who I like in this matchup, Jokic at 11-2. He is, the highest priced player on the slate, and he can definitely, get his, and I think he has a good matchup tonight. Other than that, I like Siakam a bit at 78. With Halliburton out, he should get some playmaking duties moved over to him. And now that he is new with his team, get into the flow and rhythm and finding his shot with them. The other one that I was looking at the other couple I was interested in is Miles Turner at 6,400. I'm not sure why they only played him barely any minutes last game. It wasn't a blowout against Phoenix. He only played 20 minutes. So I'm not sure if he exited with an injury or just Rick Carlisle decided to go to the bench. But 34, 32, 26, 26, 31, 35 minutes, 30. And Halliburton's out, so his usage should go up a little bit. And at 6,400, I really don't hate him tonight. Aaron Gordon at 5,900 is someone I'm actually really interested in. He's been playing massive minutes and being only $5,900. He's a nice mid-range value that can open up salary to pay up for some of the top stars tonight. And then KCP is someone that I'm not against tonight. His price is below 5K. He's going to play the minutes. It's just he doesn't have a higher usage. So I don't mind him as like a last click for a lineup tonight, but primarily looking at Jokic, Gordon, and then Siakam and Siakam and Turner for the Pacers. If we move on to our next game, we have the Knicks and Brooklyn. This matchup doesn't excite me much from a fantasy perspective. Brooklyn has not been playing great lately, and I honestly think this might be a blowout. New York has been just on fire since they traded for OG Anunoby. Brunson at 8,700 tonight and Randall at 8,600 I think are too cheap for the minutes that they're playing. Especially if Hartenstein is out tonight, I think Randall will play as many minutes as he is able to. And Tom Thibodeau has also talked about potentially using Anunoby at the center position. So at 5,800 for Anunoby, I like him tonight. I think he's just too cheap for the matchup. Claxton is an interesting tournament play for the Nets at 6,800 with Daron Sharp out. He has solidified those extra minutes, and he's been producing well with them. But other than that, for Brooklyn, I don't really see anything that is great in my opinion. If I had to choose someone else, I would probably just pick Miles Bridges, or not Miles, sorry, Mikal Bridges. So like he's had some good games. If he was like closer, if he was $500 cheaper, I would say I would be more interested in him. But the 20 plus points is encouraging for him as well. So maybe he'll probably be lower owned tonight. So as a tournament play, I don't hate him. But yeah, for the Knicks, Brunson, Randall, and Anunoby, and then for the Nets, I would say Nick Claxton. Moving on to our third game of the night, we have Portland and Oklahoma City. Portland and OKC have played twice this year, and they've both been massive blowouts in favor of OKC. This time, Portland is more healthy all around, so they're only missing Shane Sharp, and I hope this game is more competitive because I like this game a lot from a fantasy perspective. Shea at 10K flat seems a little underpriced. He's been playing really well other than his two games against the Clippers and the Lakers. 31, 33, 24, 37, 31, 33, 37, 31, 28, 32, 34, 33. I mean, just, mashing. So he's someone that I'm looking at tonight if I can get up to him. Jalen Williams at 6,700 has been playing fantastic. This price is the cheapest he's been since the end of December. So almost at least over 3 weeks. And he just keeps producing. He's had one game under 36 fantasy points since January 8th. And before that, it would go all the way back to the beginning of January. So I like him tonight a lot. DeAndre Ayton at 6,300 I like a lot tonight. They got blown out last game, but in his first game back against Indiana, played 30 minutes, put up 12 and 8. Last time he was this low, he had a double-double against his old team. Yeah, he hasn't been this low price since the beginning of the year. I think he's a great double-double candidate tonight, and he's a nice mid-range value. The other person I am really interested in is Josh Giddey. The last time that these two teams played, he mashed. Here we go. He put a triple-double in 22 minutes. And now he is $600 less, which he hasn't been under 6K since the beginning of January, and has been primarily been around this price from December on. And yeah, he is someone I'm looking at tonight. His minutes are around 24 to 28 a night, with the upside of getting to 30 and the downside of getting to 22. But he has a higher usage rate, and when he's in the game, they like to play through him. And I like his matchup tonight, and the pace of play fits his style. So if he can make use of his time on the court like he normally does, I like him to exceed expectations tonight. For Portland, I had said DeAndre Ayton. That's really kind of the only guy that I'm interested in from them. The other person I would say is Jeremy Grant at 71. He played for OKC back in the day. He's going to play the minutes, at least 32 a night. He has been scoring well lately, 30, 37, 17. So I don't hate him either. I just don't think he has enough upside at this price, unless he goes, for 40 plus. So that being said, we'll move on to our next game, which is Utah and New Orleans. This game, no injuries to talk about. I would say one price that is off the or one price that's screaming at me tonight is CJ McCollum for $7K. That just seems too cheap for him, especially in this matchup against Utah, although Utah has been playing better. In comparison to Zion or Ingram, I think they all average right around the same amount of fantasy points per game. I might as well just take the discount. But if I were to rank them, I would rank them CJ, Zion, Brandon. For Utah, Colin Sexton at 6,200 just is too cheap. He's been scoring the lights out lately. 20, 27, 30, 31, 28 in his last 5 games. Yeah, he's just been on fire. And his price just isn't moving. So he's played 34 and 40 minutes last 2 games. It seems like they're riding him with the starting point guard role, and he's just scoring for them. I think he's a great option tonight. Clarkson is $200 more off the bench. He hasn't been getting as many assists or rebounds lately. He's just been scoring. But if him and Sexton can both score 24 tonight against New Orleans, which they have to deal with Valanciunas down low and Williamson, I think most of their points are going to come from the guard position. So I think it's an interesting idea to stack them together tonight, or just use one or the other. Walker Kessler at 5K is interesting. Mid-20s minutes, played more last game because of overtime. He's been finding his groove lately, and he has been a good rim protector for them. 5 blocks, 3 blocks, 5 blocks in his last few games. His rebounding on the off, or his defensive rebounding hasn't been great this season. He's been a better offensive rebounder, I believe. But at $5,000, I don't. He might be a different salary constructor tonight. And then Larry Nance Jr. is someone I have a little interest in. Not a great result against Phoenix, but he's been playing close to 20 minutes a night and getting close to 8 to 10 points, some rebounds, assists, and the matchup against Utah is better than I think people realize, and that's why I have more interest in Williamson and then Valanciunas. I think Williamson has more point upside than Valanciunas does. Yeah, I would say Nance is my preferred target at center over Valanciunas in this matchup, just because I think it's a better point per dollar play. But Nance is someone that is on my radar tonight as a salary saver. And with that, we'll move to the last game of the night, which is the Lakers versus the Clippers. LeBron James was already ruled out last evening. Anthony Davis is questionable, but is probable tonight. Ivica Zubac is still out for the Clippers. And Jared Vanderbilt, it has a questionable tag, but is listed as probable. So with this game, I'm expecting it to be competitive. However, I think in the end, the Clippers, win by 12. Anthony Davis is someone I'm looking at a lot tonight, just for with LeBron out, his usage should be up, as well as Zubac is out. So the Clippers will have to deploy either, Daniel Tice and Miles Plumlee to try and defend him, and I don't think either of them can. So I think this is just an easy matchup for Davis. He should get a easy double-double tonight. I'm expecting probably 13 plus rebounds, 25 plus points. He's someone I'm super interested in tonight. Also for the Lakers, Austin Reeves at 5,800 seems too cheap with LeBron out. I know he hasn't been shooting it well lately, or scoring it. I guess only 15-9, 14-15. But with LeBron out, they'll need a playmaker, and he's been one of their best ones this year. And then Taurean Prince at 3,800. He has been playing very consistent minutes, 28 plus pretty much every night. With LeBron out, he'll have to do a little bit more on the court. He's more of a scorer, obviously, 10, 9, 12, 11, 11, 13, 10. So he should get probably 10 to 12 points, but his rebounds, assists numbers should go up a touch, and block and steals should go up a touch as well, I would think. And he's just a nice salary relief option at the forward position if we need to pay up. And I just think for the minutes and his role on this team currently, he should be able to exceed value. For the Clippers, they're all kind of priced at that spot where they're just a touch too much. Westbrook at $6,000 is very intriguing, because I'm curious if the Clippers will still not play their center and try and use Kawhi to guard and play with Westbrook on the court too. If he plays about 28 minutes, I am very interested at 6K. He can obviously get a triple-double in that amount of time. At 6K, that would be fantastic. And he's playing against the Lakers, and they play in the same arena. So this crowd's going to be hopping tonight, and I think he is a nice pivot off of some other guards that could be high owned around the same price range. And for the Clippers, that is really it. I would say the second person I'd be interested in would be Kawhi, and then if I had to name someone else, probably James Harden. I don't really think the Lakers have anyone that can guard James, so James could go off tonight, or his scoring could uptick along with his rebounds and assists. So maybe he has 26 and 6. He's been at 8, 9, 10 assists a game. If he gets to 20 points, I mean, you're close to 40 fantasy points there. So he interests me as well, James Harden at 8,200. But yeah, for that's all the games for tonight. This slate is a good one. I think we'll see. I think we'll see like a 330 winning score probably for fantasy tonight on DraftKings, and I'm hoping I do very well. So with that being said, I hope you guys like and subscribe to the channel. Comment your favorite center play of the night tonight. And with that, I will see you guys over on my Patreon for my premium content, and hope you guys have a good rest of your day.